You guys know, the more that I stare at this playmat, the more I actually miss Summon Sorcerers. It is never really until after a card gets banned that you're just like, oh man, like, we have such nice things. Like, the color scheme is so fucking good on this. If you're wondering where this is from Zero Damage Playmats. I will leave a link down below if you guys want to pick yours up. Remember, if you enter MCO40 on checkout, you'll get the chance to save a little bit of money on your order. Well, I had to reminisce for a second. So welcome to part 4 of the metagame discussion. Let's dig on into this bad boy, shall we? So low-key, I actually think Trickstars are a really good deck this format. That's saying something. So, okay, we're going to talk about Trickstars if that wasn't obvious. So, my first thing I want to say here is, obviously, Candina plus Carlbine does your whole nightmare package, if you're going that path. Alright, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the reincarnations, the subtle loop stuff. We actually kind of saw actually come out of the YOT recently in the OCG. We actually saw that they were playing more of a stunish Trickstar deck. Now, when I see stun Trickstar, a piece of me wants to die on the inside and actually play the deck. It's basically a whole bunch of good cards with a Trickstar engine. That makes sense. We have enough associated good cards now with the artifact package, draw power, that you can kind of just play Weenie Rush and a bunch of other cards, and you can kind of get away with it. Plus, you know, you get Crackdown. It seems to be the theme lately. Either you're not playing Crackdown, or you are playing Crackdown. It's a strange one. Also, the deck can link climb, so like that's pretty cute in itself. So, what I'm trying to say here is, I've complained about Trickstars for a millennium. I think that the deck is really degenerate for the game. I think Droll and Lockbird Reincarnation is dumb as fuck, but you know what? We are here, and we're happy to have you, Trickstar, as a potential deck to kind of beat the metagame scum that is Orcust. Because at the end of the day, well, no matter how it might happen, you might be the only thing to save us. Plus, you get Inspect Borders, so you're just better than True Draco and every other one of the stun decks in today's format. So, kudos to you. I do think the Trickstar is probably one of the better decks this format, and that's saying a lot. Now, next up, we have Praying Kids. Alright, so Ritual Beast 2.0 here. Somebody's gonna be like, what do you mean the Ritual Beast 2.0? Nobody ever fucking reads the Praying Kids cards. I'm convinced at this point in time of Praying Kids that they're just the deck that you pick up when you have an idea of what you're doing and you want to ruin everybody else's deck. Now, the deck is super combo oriented. I'm only convinced that 1% of the player base understands what the cards do, excluding myself. I just know that you make a lot of iterations, like you would with Kanahawk, do some loopy loops, and then you arrive at your destination. You have a board, and then you can interrupt on your opponent's turn. I've been seeing a lot more Praying Kids lately. I don't know if it's just the European side of the game that I've been seeing this, or if it's been South America and whatnot that has been playing it more, but regionally it's not doing so hot up here in North America. But man, oh man, it's making rabbles in other parts of the world. So yeah, I don't know if it's just the deck's budgetness and the ability to want to break an opponent's board on their turn that really makes the deck all that more appealing to players, or if it's just the fact we just don't have Max C and you sat down for 80 hours one day and learned all the combos. I'm not sure what it is. But the deck is making waves in parts of the world, and that's not a bad thing. I think generally, if you want a good deck that could potentially go 5-4, 6-3, even 7-3 if you're playing a really large event, and you can not die from exhaustion, yes, I think Praying Kids is a deck. You can definitely get your invite with the deck, I feel. You just have to understand, like, some of your more hard matchups, like Altergeist, aren't going to be too fun for you. And Altergeist is starting to come back into the format now, so it might be hit or miss with that opportunity, but people are definitely exploring the options, and it's one to be had. So we'll see where that goes. Next up, we have Luna Lights. So rank up Magic is just gone. All right, like bye. And with it, Luna Lights kind of took a hit. Now, we are missing a Raid Raptor Link monster that does kind of change what the deck would want to do. You know, you would use Tribute Lanias, do some searching, do some kind of degenerate stuff. You can build a board. Now, Dinner Flax has told me multiple times that the deck can still do something. I'm not exactly sure what Luna Lights are going to do. But at this point in time, I would rather be aware that the deck can do something. Now, Luna Lights are a strict combo deck. Everything that they're going to attempt to do is going to probably be an attempt to put 8,000 damage on the board and really just go outside of that. I don't know what more you can do with the deck. This is just kind of the Robbie question mark for the video. It's a couple people have talked about it. A couple people have said, be aware of it. We're not really sure what it can do, but it seems like it has potential. So we're passing that on to you guys. There might be something that could stir you. All of the cards are still really good. The only real thing that they lost was the ability to put an Azathoth on the board to kind of interrupt the opponent, which, I mean, it was one of the things the deck wanted to do, but to say that it was the only thing the deck could do is a far cry from shitting on it. So yeah, just kind of be aware. If anybody has any idea what's going on, please do comment. I do read all the comments. I do point things out to my friends. Just because I don't reply to some of them doesn't mean that we're not aware. So yeah, really I guess. Silly Luna Lights. Alright, next up we actually have Paleozoic. So this one just kind of always scraps underneath the radar when we do these discussions, because make totally awesome, set 4, pass turn, offer handshake. Alright, if you reached to shake my hand, I salute you. Thank you. So, in a world where, like, general disruption and grindness is acceptable, do Paleo have a good Orcus matchup? That's the thing I'm sitting here thinking to myself. So, as a Paleo player, you want to set cards. You get one disruption with the Toad. You might get a set off of your Paleo trap. But if you don't open up that level of disruption, I feel like you just kind of lose. You had a pretty okay matchup against Salad. You had an okay Sky Striker matchup. It was like 70-30 in favor of Sky Striker. I know that's probably a bit of an obscured number, but like that's kind of what I feel. I mean, God, how's your Altergeist matchup actually? I guess these are questions I don't really have answers to, but I guess in theory, if you want to get your invite, then probably play a Paleo deck. So the thing I've gotten from this whole format is, if you're not playing Crackdown in your deck, you're doing something wrong. But playing Crackdown in Paleo is another trap card that you can use to revive something from the graveyard. Gives you an onboard negation to take something. Gives you the ability to get more link material so that you can produce more cards. In terms of generic stuff, if you play against something water, you can make more Mistar Boys, which actually puts more damage on the board for your deck. So, I mean, in terms of just lost wins, crackdowns, things like that, like, your deck is still a stun deck. You can still do it. And you're a little bit slower than normal, but I mean, I'd almost say you're a little bit better than True Draco, but it just kind of depends on the matchup, if that makes any sense. Now, the last one I want to talk about here is still Crusadia, Guard Dragon. So, this deck just came up week 1 of last ban list, week 2, and then it vanished. It was there. Like, you don't forget about that thing. And then it is still here. It's still in the dark corner of my house. And it's staring at me right now, actually. It's got these little demon eyes. It's like, you want to be OTK'd, Robbie? And I'm just like, no. Stay over there. Stay far away from me. Little gremlin. And then we've arrived at this current juncture with the deck. Aggro and Friends is still really good. Oh my god, the deck is still really good. But you still got problems. You're still kind of a one-track mind. Like, if something interrupts you, you're not going to have a good time. If you go to move, they Ghost Ogre, you're just like, well, what do I do? Your Saruja doesn't resolve at the key time. You're a lot more susceptible to hand traps. I would play this deck for locals. Oh, absolutely. If you want to go free farming, play this. If you want to get your regional invite and you have a decent day, play this. You will have success with it on a regional and a local level. The deck is that good. Come on. I mean, you might go some weeks where you might go 2-2, but that's just variance telling you that variants exist. It's not fair that you play a deck like this, get all the success, and then you go to a regional thinking you're going to get your invite, and then you go 1-7. That's the reality of the situation. You know, if you're doing too good with the deck, probably should drop it before it gets too late, especially if it's something like the tier 2, tier 1.5 category, because variance is a bitch, and she'll come knocking for you when you least expect it. You've been playtesting all week with your buddies, you're fucking 15-0, you're growing great. Go to your regional, you go 0-8. Fantastic. Had that happen to me before. It's always a shit show. So guys, that's all I got for this. Part 5, we will film for the weekend here. Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys want to see on it. Still a bunch of other decks, but I'm trying to prioritize kind of what people want. I know, we still got to talk about Blue Eyes. I'm actually intrigued by that one right now. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.